Welcome back to Wikilert.
Today, the high-stakes drama of Formula One took a gut-wrenching turn on the streets of Baku, where the Azerbaijan Grand Prix unfolded like a thriller gone wrong, leaving fans stunned and the championship battle hanging by a thread. It was just yesterday, September 21st, 2025, during the chaotic opening lap of the race at the Baku city circuit, when McLaren's Oscar Piastri, the cool-headed Australian sensation leading the drivers' standings, suffered a shocking crash that ended his day in a DNF, handing a lifeline to his teammate Lando Norris and a dominant win to Max Verstappen. Starting from a frustrating ninth on the grid after a qualifying mishap the day before, Piastri's race unraveled in seconds. A jump start penalty dropped him to the back, and then, navigating the dirty air in the pack, he locked up into turn 5, slamming helplessly into the outside wall. The impact was jarring, his papaya McLaren crumpling against the barriers, but thankfully Oscar walked away unscathed, climbing out with that trademark composure even as his 44-race finishing streak evaporated. It's the kind of moment that silences the grandstands and ignites endless what-ifs, especially with Norris closing the gap to just 25 points in the title fight. As the F1 circus packs up for Singapore, let's rewind through Oscar's meteoric rise, the weekend that unraveled so spectacularly, and the resilience that's already got everyone buzzing about his comeback. Oscar's path to this pivotal crossroads started far from the glamour of Grand Prix circuits in the sun-soaked suburbs of Melbourne, Australia, where he was born on April 6, 2001, into a family that turned karting tracks into playgrounds. His dad, Chris, a former rally driver, and mum, Nicole, a corporate lawyer, spotted his talent early. By age 8, little Oscar was whipping around local circuits, his quiet focus masking a fierce competitive edge that saw him snag the 2019 Formula Renault Eurocup title before a stunning rookie year in F3. Formula One came calling in 2021 with Prema racing in F2, where he clinched the championship on countback in a nail-biter finale, earning Alpine's nod, but it was McLaren who swooped in for 2023, pairing him with Norris in a duo that's redefined the midfield scrap. His debut win in Qatar Sprint that year was electric. But 2025? It's been his symphony. 7 victories in 17 races, a flawless streak of consistency that vaulted him to the top of the standings, blending surgical precision with that opportunistic flair that turns chaos into checkered flags. Imagine him in Hungary last month, threading the needle through a rain-soaked restart to steal the win, cool under pressure, always one step ahead, the 24-year-old phenom who's got Australia dreaming of its first world champion since Alan Jones in '80. What makes weekends like Baku sting so deep, though, is how they expose the razor-thin margins in this sport, where a split-second lapse can rewrite a season. It started Saturday in qualifying, a session straight out of a fever dream. 6 red flags, slippery winds whipping through the castle walls, and drivers kissing barriers left and right. Oscar, chasing pole in Q3, carried too much speed into turn 3, plowing straight into the wall and ending his lap in a cloud of debris, his worst quali of the year, demoting him to P9 and drawing a wry, "not my finest moment" from the man himself. He brushed it off post-session, vowing to claw back positions, but Sunday's start was the real dagger. Lights out, and Oscar jumped the gun, a penalty that shuffled him to the rear. Then, fighting through the turbulent air of the midfield pack, he misjudged the grip at turn 5, locking the brakes and sliding into the barriers with a thud that echoed through the timing screens. The safety car bunched the field, but his day was done. No points, no podium, just a long walk back to the garage. In the presser, he owned it fully. "Silly, simple error. Didn't anticipate the dirty air the way I should have," blaming no one but himself for the silly mistakes that cost him dearly. Meanwhile, Verstappen cruised unchallenged to victory, his second straight after Monza, pulling 25 points clear of Norris, who clawed to P7 but couldn't capitalize fully, dropping to 25 points behind Oscar. But fuming over his own frustrating run. It's a weekend that flipped the script, turning McLaren's dream duo into a tale of two fortunes, with Oscar's lead now a fragile 69 points over Max and the constructors' crown within reach if they can shake off the Baku blues. Beyond the barriers and the data sheets, Oscar's the kind of driver who grounds the frenzy in quiet humanity, the Melbourne kid who still FaceTimes his parents after every race, crediting their no-nonsense support for keeping his head level amid the hype. Engaged to his longtime partner, Sarah, since a low-key proposal in 2023, he balances the jet-set life with down-to-earth rituals, post-race barbecues with the team, or sneaking in a round of golf back home, where the pressure melts away. He's got that rare blend, laser-focused on the track, effortlessly relatable off it, sharing laughs on his podcast or hyping young Aussie talents like Jack Doohan. Family's his North Star, his sister's a constant cheerleader, and those early mornings in karting with Dad forged a resilience that's already shining through this setback. Financially, at 24, he's building an empire, a net worth around $10 to $15 million from McLaren's bumper deal endorsements, with brands like Richard Mille and Telstra, and savvy investments in tech startups that nod to his engineering degree from Melbourne Uni. But for Oscar, it's never been about the zeros. It's the zero-to-hero climbs, the underdog fire that turned a rookie into a title threat. Yet, it's the unscripted flashes that make Oscar's story stick, the ones that turn a crash into a chapter, not a close. Teammates whisper about his garage calm during quali chaos, how he'd crack a dry joke to ease the tension after that turn 3 wall kiss, or the way he high-fived mechanics post-DNF, already plotting Singapore's redemption. Fans on X captured the shock in real time. One viral clip of the lap 1 slide racking up millions of views, with posts like "Heart in my throat, get up, OSC," flooding the feed, while others rallied with "One bad weekend doesn't define a champ." Even Lando, ever the gracious rival, texted him mid-race, "Rough one, mate, next one's ours." It's that camaraderie, forged in the fires of shared battles, that turns Baku's bitterness into fuel for the fight ahead. As the paddock eyes Marina Bay and the championship tightens like a qualifying lap, this Baku bombshell isn't Oscar's obituary, it's his origin story reloaded, a reminder that legends are built on the wrecks as much as the wins. To him, Sarah, his family, and the Orange Army holding the fort, chin up, the track's too long for one slip to stick. He's got the wheel, and something tells me Singapore's streets will echo with papaya payback. If Oscar's unflinching poise amid the wreckage has you glued to the F1 feed or pondering the fine line of fortune, give this video a like and subscribe for more laps through the highs and hairpins. It keeps the engines turning. Thanks for riding along. See you at the lights.